2 French finalists and a UK finalist, City Garden, Paris c'est la sortie, and Carbon Diem. And I'd like to also welcome our distinguished panel of judges who have kindly taken the time out of their day to engage with these 3 finalists to help them and to help us choose the winner, who will be determined today and will be announced at the gala dinner this evening at the Grand Palais. So thank you, Esther Dyson, and Charlie Hale, and Olivier Cormier, and Tim Lambrecht, and Ron Hodai, and Carla Ratti, and Stéphane Creer, and Karsten Sell, and Latif Horst, and Nimish Radia. So thank you again. We appreciate it. So without further delay, I'd like to call up the first of the applications, the teams. City Garden, if you'd like to approach the stage and participate.
That was the last question.
Voilà, thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I'm very honored to be there with you, and I would like to begin with a little story, a real story. Imagine a beautiful Sunday afternoon of September in Paris. My wife, my 2-year-old daughter, my parents-in-law and me planned a Sunday outing at the park of Les Buttes-Chaumont, a huge park at the northeast of Paris. Arrive at the entrance, a glance at the map, and let's go to the playground, the puppet theater, the point of view from the top of the gazebo, and the ice cream stand. 15 minutes later, we didn't find the playground. The theater opened at 4, and the Iceman is only open from June to August. It was there that City Garden was born. Sitting in the grass, my sister still lost on her way to the park, my stepfather looking for restrooms, my wife still expecting to find the playground, my daughter claiming her ice cream, and my stepmother asking me the park history. With City Gardens, we want to provide a free, practical, and comprehensive tool which enable we want to provide to urban dwellers a free, practical, and comprehensive tool which enables them to better experience the city. A tool to localize, inform, and transmit knowledge. To localize. It's now possible to localize any mobile phone user anywhere in the city and send him relevant information according to its position. When looking for green leisure, or just for some rest, the question is, what are the opportunities around me? And the answer is, in Paris, 440 parks and gardens. It means 4 parks within 500 meters around me. Most of Paris inhabitants are not aware of all those opportunities. To inform, the city is rich of thousands activities proposition, but if you don't know they exist, you won't experience them, even though you live just next door. For parks and gardens, to be informed means, for each park, be able to know if there are playgrounds for my children, restrooms, restaurants, Wi-Fi spots, access for disabled people, or which events are available today or tomorrow. These informations allow you to know the available offer and then to choose the best services that you need at that time. To transmit. Experience the city also means to share its historical heritage. Parks and gardens have their own history, which contribute to the city history as a whole. City Gardens aims at spreading these less-known parts of Paris culture for its urban dwellers, as well as for tourists, or even a businessman just looking for a break. a better knowing of gardens' history, participate to the better understanding of the city itself, and at the end, allows a better life in the city for the city inhabitants. Tomorrow, the goal of City Gardens is to develop those principles to other cities in France and beyond on all mobile platforms with advanced search options. Therefore, we want to offer one of the best means to discover and enjoy these fundamental elements of modern cities urbanism that are the green spaces. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoy my French accent.
Next is Carbon Diem.
Is it okay if I just speak without a mic? What if? What if we could tackle the most stubborn of emissions? An EU 2011 study found that transport's the only sector in the last 20 years whose emissions have not gone down. Worse still, it's expected to be more than half of the emissions in the near future for the region. What if we could recruit and empower communities to travel more sustainably and share that information between the communities? To encourage their neighbors and to reward smart, considerate thinking. And what if we could actually bring this information together so that we could design transport systems which are actually based on how people really use transport, so that the services reflect the needs of the people using the transport infrastructure, and then you have better services for them. Well, then we can look forward to citizens being the climate change champions of our cities. And with Carbon Diem, we use smartphones to automatically measure people's carbon. We do this 24/7, running in the background, all automatically, because the software is looking at the pattern, speed, and location of that user. And it's converting that into a type of journey and that into a carbon footprint. And then on the handset, we show them the information in a simple and easy to understand way. We give them their carbon, we tell them the calories they consumed, their carbon efficiency, which is based on how many kilometers they managed to achieve per kilo of carbon. We give them a travel diary and a breakdown, and we hold 6 months of data on the handset for them to see. And the really important part about all of this is it's happening on the handset. So their location isn't given up anywhere. Their privacy is secure. And it also makes our proposition extremely scalable. And we can also help communities, because what happens is we take those carbon profiles and we aggregate them to our servers. And through the server structure, we can then communicate back to communities. And what this allows us to do is then leverage the peer pressure and the power of social networking, because we can also accelerate this with league tables and using gamification. And secondly, and we also address business, because businesses are part of the communities in the cities, and their employees come into a part of the commuter footprint. So we've created the tool that allows them to aggregate and pull in the information and make reporting much simpler. And thirdly, when it comes to travel intelligence, because the system's running 24/7, we're able to crowdsource all of this information. We're able to pick up seasonality and disruptions. People don't just live in cities. A lot of people commute into cities for their work. And what we realized as we were looking at the problem is that when it comes to travel information, it's always locked inside land borders, but it can also be locked inside cities and even states and even cities. And so with our system, what happens is you, the smartphone, are traveling everywhere, and we are picking continuous information. So you've got a much richer and detailed picture. The purpose of which is that, well, real data is informing transport planning. The transport planning leads to better services, and better services reflecting our needs leads to us using public transport systems more. And why smartphones? Well, explosive growth. 27 million, in the UK, over 100 million in Europe, and over 100 million in North America just last year. For the entire globe, almost 500 million smartphones. We're using a resource that's there. Actually back. And the really great thing about looking at Europe and North America is that 2/3 of the world's transport footprint is in this region. So, well, what we want you to do is help us make the citizens the climate change champions. Thank you very much. Oh, yes, one last thing. Crikey, nerves. The best part about being here and giving this presentation today is that Paris is the home of the International Bureau of Weights and Measures. And our business is measurement. So it's really cool being here and having this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. And par ici la sortie.
I want to be remote. Hi all, I'm Patrick Hung. I've been living Paris for 30 years now, and I'm a real urban. I'm daily user of the underground, and if you take the metro, I think it's very useful to take the metro in a big city like Paris. So if you take the metro this morning or yesterday to go to the summit, you will see that there's a lot of people in the metro. It's very crowded. So urban people just take the metro like this. They're all stressed. Everybody is very late. Very rushed and in a hurry. So they are all stressed. So I was thinking for a solution to find a way to be to improve my trip in the underground. So what's the solution? I created the application Paris La Sortie. How Paris La Sortie improves your trip time in the underground? It's very easy and simply. They give you the application gives you all the map, the plan of each station of the metro, and more than this, it gives you the carriage you have to take, you have to board. In order to get off the train in front of your exit of transfer. Just take a look at the application. I told you, it's very easy. 3 steps only. First step, you have to choose the line you take in the metro. Second step, you have to choose the direction where you want to go. And last step, you have to pick up the station you want to transfer or your final destination. See, for example, for the La Défense, and that's it. You have the plan of the metro, of the platform station you arrived. So you know where to board. You don't have to waste time in the platform before boarding. So I told you it's very easy. Just piracy la sortie. It's simple. You will earn time when you get off the train because you know already where to stand, just like a regular metro user. All the plans are available. I did it by myself. All the plans for the metro, the tramway, and the area, which are the Paris suburban transport. It took me 40 days to make the plan because the plan doesn't exist anywhere. Even the RATP, the Parisian transport station of Paris, doesn't have it. They confessed it to me. I asked them, they told me they are interested by my application. More than this, you have the plan, but you have also the location of the position of the elevators and the escalators. This is very useful for disabled people or for people with children or luggage. You know where to stand to get off easily and take the elevator the closest from your arrival. So with privacy assorti, you can be a smarter urban. Why? Because now you don't waste time waiting on the platform. When you go in the metro, just go in the metro and then you know where to stand to wait for the metro. You don't have to wait anywhere in the platform. You avoid the crowds because now you get off the train, you know exactly where to go. The exit or the transfer just in front of you. And more than this, you can save up to 5 minutes on every trip. So imagine 5 minutes on every trip. That means one week off per year. So I give you one week of holiday each year with my application. I promise it to you. One more thing, Paris la sortie is available on iPhone, Android phone, and just last month on Windows phone. I developed it all by myself. I visit all the stations one by myself. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you so much. I'm going to take that back. Thank you to all of our wonderful candidates. It is an honor to be working with you. I think one of the messages that must be communicated to all of you and to the judges is New Cities Foundation understands the importance and the proliferation of smartphones and the role of the citizen in making their communities a more pleasurable place to live and to help improve the city. So needless to say, this is just one way through the environment, through greener areas, through finding your way through the metro stop, we can help improve the city you live in. So thank you so much for your time. And again, the winner will be announced this evening at the Gala dinner. And voila. Enjoy your time with the New Cities Foundation at the New Cities Summit.